Okay, hello everyone. Today I will show you how to deal with players rated around 800 rating points. So I will start my game by controlling the center, e4. And now I do control all the most important squares in the center, and d5. This is a Scandinavian defense, and I would just recommend you to take this pawn. But why? Because he's basically attacking us, and when we are taking, if he takes back with the queen, I can actually play knight c3 and attack the queen and win the tempo. King d7. I wanted to do something serious, but actually I would just show you how to play against the bomb cloud. So, okay, king e8. Now, there's just nothing we can say. I will just improve my position. This is just a worse version of the bomb cloud because in the classical one, the king is pretty safe. Now the king is still extremely unsafe in this position, so I don't really know what to say. Yeah. It feels like he will go 97, castles, 95, and I will sacrifice my queen. E6, okay. So I will just open up the position because I'm ready to castle and he's not. So if I take and I manage to castle, putting a rook on e1 will be pretty, pretty great. Yeah, I think that now, okay, if he takes back with the pawn, he has a very weak pawn on e6. If he takes back with the bishop, I can just take, and in the end, he will again have a very weak pawn on e6. So queen e7 makes sense. Now I cannot take, there is a pin, and I will just castle. And now, basically, if he takes, and in the end of the day, he wants to capture with the queen, I will have rook e1 pinning the queen. Okay, and this is a little bit strange, honestly. Let me just play h3. Now, I want to break his pin, and if bishop h4, I'm pretty okay that this bishop is on h4, because now, one day when I will move the knight, if he cannot take my queen, but I can take his bishop, I will just take his bishop with check. So it's pretty decent. And also when the bishop goes back, I can go rook e1, which is attacking the pawn on e6 and almost winning this pawn. Yep, and okay, this is a strange move. Now there is a very good tactical sequence. So I'm attacking his bishop, he's attacking mine, but it doesn't matter. I think I can go bishop b5 check, and then I take the bishop. Now if I go check, there is pawn to c6, but I think it doesn't matter. I think that then I can just take the bishop on g4, and if he takes my bishop on c6, I will just go rook e1, and basically anytime snap this pawn on g4, my knight will be able to catch the pawn on b5. So I will just go check. Pawn c6 is the only move. If he goes knight c6, I can just win the bishop for free. Yeah, so he basically has to play c6. After what, I will just take the bishop. He will take my bishop, and then I will play rook e1. Exactly. This is a little bit of advanced stuff, but basically my position is, that much better just because I castled and he didn't, you know. And if you ask yourself, what is the difference between, okay, now this is just a blunder, just losing a piece, but this is the type of mistakes that your opponents at this rating range will do extremely often. So even if you're not capable of thinking 100% the same way that I do, it doesn't matter because 10% is already enough to win. Okay, bishop c5. Okay, I would just put a pawn in the center, win a tempo on this guy, and then keep playing chess. If needed, I will go bishop c4, which will attack this pawn. Yeah, if he goes bishop d6, I would like to improve the position of my knight and win the tempo on my queen by playing knight e5. I would just be attacking the queen, and the position is just a lot better for me. Now if I go knight e5, there is queen takes d4. Okay, I can just start with rook e1 right now. This is just putting some pressure on this pawn. e5. Okay, this is just a blunder. I can just take with the knight. And notice that once I will move my bishop away, my knight will be able to move away. For example, here, if it feels like he would go queen takes d4. And after that move, I have a very strong tactic. Very, very strong. Knight f6. This is just losing the queen. It happens. This is a type of mistakes that you have to be capable of fighting against. Yeah, it happens. And now basically it's lost, and we won. Great. Yeah, it's just that I wanted to show you something. Here, he could have played the move queen d4. After what, I had the intention of playing bishop h5 check. Okay, doesn't matter where the king goes. Let's say he goes there. I have knight f7, and I win the rook. Now, let's go back. If he went for g6, stopping the check, I can play, boom, knight c6, discover check. and then I will pick up the queen. Let's say he moves, I pick up the queen, and I win the queen. So this is quite okay for white. Of course, if you have any more questions, just let me know in the comment section. See you in the future. Take care.